Hello guys. So I hope you don't have any doubt that the exams are approaching from 5th July, and this is the best time that you should start planning your 1.5 days before exams, because believe me, those 1.5 days are going to be the most crucial time of your exam. And if you are able to plan those 1.5 days in a very effective way, then you are good to go. Then you will have a lot of confidence on yourself, because when you plan things and they work out the same, then it automatically improves your self confidence. And believe me, if you plan these 1.5 days as exhaustive you can, like you can study as exhaustive you can in this 1.5 days, and I bet you can do 2 times revision of your syllabus in this 1.5 days. Now how I'm going to tell you in this video, to get an overview, I always used to plan these time to at least revise 2 times, or like not a very, what do we say, not thoroughly, but obviously a quick revision of all the concepts at least 2 times. So how I did that in this video, I will share you my insights on planning the 1.5 days before exams. And I had around 17 to 18 hours for my first revision, which is basically from the time when the previous exam is over, like maybe from 6 p.m. in the evening till 10 or max to max 11 p.m. in the night, and then I would wake up at around 6 to 7 p.m. in the morning. I'm not a night owl or a morning hawk. I study during the day because I've tried everything and this is what suits me. So I'm sure you also have tried something and made something that suits you, so you can like obviously modify my timetable according to you. So like we can calculate like 4 to 5 hours on the day after the exams, and then the another day I used to study around like max to max 12 hours. So you can say that I have around 16 to 17 hours for the first revision, and then the next day, the day of the exams, I used to wake up at around 6 a.m. and then we can say that I had around 5 max to max 6 hours to revise once more the full syllabus. So in this video, let's start with the paper one, that is accounts, like brief name accounts. So like this paper should be the best paper of our CA exams. Like this is the first paper, and it will build confidence, and I was pretty confident about this paper as well, though I haven't got the marks as I expected. But this there are many students who will be devoting like 4 to 5 days, even 4 to 5 days for the first paper, because that has to be perfect. That is going to decide how much are you confident about your another papers or the upcoming papers as well. So what I did is I just started studying for this paper 2 days before the exams. Like I haven't given any much of a time to this paper. I had devoted around 1 week before the exams in planning my 1.5 days before the exams. It is that much important. Like I left all the things, I left the studies, I left the revisions, I left the mock tests were already not conducted at that time, but I left all the things and I just concentrated on planning 1.5 days before exams because it's that much important. And for accounts, I have devoted 2.5 days in the sense that the 2 days before the exams, starting from 2 days before the exam, like our exams I hope are from 5th July or then you should start from morning of the 3rd July, like what I have prepared. So I think for most of the people, morning time is the best time of their study, and it was for me also quite as well. Like when I used to wake up at 6 to 7 a.m, then that was the time I was most productive, or you can say that I can study hard subjects and I can more concentrate on them. So what I had kept on 3rd July morning is start with AS, accounting standards, because that's a theory part and a quite boring part, you can say, of the accounts. Like you don't actually do accounts anywhere there, but it's a theory part. And obviously I did mug up or learn ICI questions of the standard and the VSI questions that they have given us in their book. So what I did was, like, I had planned that I will do AS questions of AS question. Not, I'm not telling you to study the AS, because that will be the most dreadful thing you will do it that time, and such pressure. You just have to read the questions. Like, if you have learned it any time before, then it's a boon for you. But if you haven't learned it by heart then you should at least study 2 times. Like, you should read every question 2 times, so at least you will get an idea. And there are practical questions as well, so you can focus on that too. So what I did is, first of all, you have to study the ICI questions, ICI AS accounting standard questions. Then I went to VSI. Then if you have any coaching, if you did take any coaching, and if they have given some extra questions of the accounting standards, then you can study them as well. One point I would like to clarify is that I haven't mentioned any time here yet, like the specific day of the hour I should be doing this, because, and I think that shouldn't be done. Like, I will complete this chapter or this topic in 1.5 hours or 2.5 hours. I think this is pretty much over pressure. It will create an over pressure, because if you aren't able to achieve that planning and at that point of time when your exams are going on and you aren't able to achieve your targets, then it will be the most frustrating thing for you, and it's obviously easy to lose your confidence at that time. So I had preferred, and I would also suggest you not to plan for each specific hour or each specific minute. You should plan for topics. Like, I had planned, like, I will complete these many chapters till afternoon. Like, I haven't decided the time of afternoon. Like, what afternoon? Like, maybe it may be 1 p.m, 2 p.m, 3 p.m. I haven't decided that also, but I just wrote that I will complete these chapters till afternoon or till evening. So I think that's the best thing you can do, so that you aren't much pressurized during the exam times, because that's the most important thing. I hope you can understand that. So first of all, start with the AS theory part. Like, questions, you have to read all the questions of ICI, your additional questions wherever from you have some reference books, you can study from this, but only the questions, not the particular AS. So that I planned for till doing afternoon, like 3rd July till afternoon I will be doing only the AS part, and that only questions. If I can do pretty much before that, and I will study 2 times. Like, if I haven't done it earlier, if I have learned it earlier, then I will study 2 times. Now after that I will go for chapter wise study. Now what chapter wise study includes, see, basically in accounts, in practical subjects, it's not important, the sequence is not important. Like, if you have any most hard chapter, then I will tell you what you have to do. But I think for many students, there wouldn't be any much, like, very hard chapter in some practical subjects, so the sequence is not important. What important is your exhaustive study. So what I did was, basically we have VSI notes. In VSI notes, what do we have? That in this chapter or in this topic, we have this much accounts. These accounts are made for this purpose, and the format of the accounts, the treatment that are to be done in the accounts, whatever that. So I hope and I believe you all must be having that from your coachings, or you have self-made it yourself. If you haven't made it yourself, then you have a little back from you have a little back from the persons who have made it, because this is a pre-defined strategy or predefined plan that you will study from notes only, because there are many things that you will forget if you have not you have not made your notes, because the treatment of many things are just confusing. So if you write in the notes and study it daily or revise it daily, then you can obviously learn them or get into your head. So I hope you have made your notes, and if you have made your and the second thing which I did in accounts was I marked all the questions which are quite tricky, like not the whole question, but some point, some adjustment, some entry which I think would not which I think was very different from what the question asked or what I interpreted it at the first instance. So that was the thing which I marked it earlier in the sense when I was revising the subject, when I was giving mock tests in those questions which I was not able to clear, which I was not able to score well, those questions I marked it in my ICI module, as well as the VSI questions which I wasn't able to understand in the first instant, I marked it all those questions. So in chapter wise study, what I did, first of all, I read the notes of the chapters, like what is in the chapter. I used to learn them, like this is the account obviously. So I used to study that first from the notes, about the whole chapter. Then I will go shift to ICI module, what all questions I have marked in the ICI module. Then I will shift to VSI questions, what all questions I have marked in the VSI book. So this is what I mean by chapter wise study. If you have done it like me, if you are doing it like me, then you are good to go. And if you haven't marked any questions, then you just have to oversee all the questions of the accounts module that you have from the ICI. So this is what chapter wise study mean for me. So I will do chapter wise study from 3rd July afternoon onwards till 4th July evening. Like I will complete all of the questions and all of the notes, like all of the ICI questions, marked ICI questions and marked VSI questions till 4th July evening. Now after that I had done past questions too, like from RTPs, MTPs, and I have even marked the questions which I wasn't getting in the first instance from them also. So I will do those questions. If you haven't marked like past questions, if you haven't done past questions or haven't marked, then don't stress doing it now, because whatever you have studied till now is your ultimate key. You don't have to read anything new here. So what you can do is you can stretch that chapter wise studies to the night of the 4th July, and you can even include all the questions of the ICI, especially ICI, not the other reference books which you have or the coaching books which you have. You can stretch all the questions. You can cover all the questions of the ICI book, having a glance through all the questions, some important points of the questions, and once more revising the chapter notes that you have. Now coming to the day of your exams, like as you can see here, we have revised all the syllabus of the accounts at least once. So the day of the exams, as I said, that morning time is like most soothing time for me. So start with AS, like read very fast, read all the questions of ICI, and if you had any reference book, then all the questions of that too. And now if you can't rely on a reference book, then I would remind you to skip that book and just focus on ICI book and read all the AS questions, accounting standards question of ICI book, and then start with the chapter wise study. Yes, once more chapter wise study, but not like all the questions which you have marked or which you haven't marked, not the questions, just you have to study the chapter wise notes of all the chapters, just that. And then if you have any additional notes, if you have time, first of all, if you have time, then you can go for pronouncements if you have done it earlier. I'm not saying to do it now or the fresh one. If you have done it earlier and if you have marked something there, then you can obviously read that. And if you have additional notes, then you can maybe read those. And if you haven't done that, any, and if you have like 2-3 hours left for exams, then you can obviously like glance through the ICI questions that are there in the module. So this was my perfect plan for the accounts paper, and this is how I would revise the account paper at least 2 times before going to the exam. And believe me, like I cannot see any challenge in following this plan, because it's as easy as it can be. And if you want, you can like I said that on 3rd July morning you should start with accounting standards. If you want, you can bit stretch those accounting standards till the 3rd July evening, and then you can probably start your chapter wise study from the 3rd July evening to the 4th July evening, or maybe till night if you haven't if you don't have anything read extra. So this was all the things that I could suggest you for the accounts paper especially. In the upcoming series, obviously I will post 1.5 days before exams for all the subjects. I have this what from where I'm saying this, I have this book. I have made it when I was preparing for my intermediate exams, and I kept this book with me because I knew that I'm going to start my channel, so I will need this. And so this was all for this video. And if you have noticed that I have my mic also here, it was there with me when I was preparing my making videos when I was in 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. If you can see, I have made earlier videos like rhymes or funny videos, and I have kept it safely because I knew that someday I will be restarting my YouTube channel and I will make it a successful. And this is where I am today, and this is all because of you. Now, leaving that aside, you have your exams, so all the best for your exams. And my motivation line, बस इतना सा पढ़ना, इतना सा इधर ये this much to read, and बस इतना सा पढ़ना, इसी में से आएगा, and दिल खुश हो जाता है. दुआ में याद रखना. बाय, थैंक यू.